Okay, let's talk about the Motorola Razr 2026, which as much as I love the Razr Ultra, and that's the phone that probably will be in my pocket the most throughout the year. If there is a second place, it is a darn close competition between the regular Razr 2026 and the Razr Ultra. And then when you factor in what you're eventually going to be able to buy this phone for, even at $800, right? If you get Moto Buds with it, if you get some sort of carrier trade-in deal, these are starting to show up in carrier stores. There's a lot that you can do to get this price down. And I think once again, if you are in the market for a sub $1,000 foldable, the Motorola Razr 2026 is again going to be your best bet. Listen, I understand $800. Link in the description. It does help the channel. A lot of money. $100 increase over last year, especially when you think, kind of borderline mid-range specs when we go into it and we start talking about it in performance. But foldables, you're going to pay a premium. Everybody's gone up in price. Nobody's done it right. I don't know. We can sit here and complain about it and say, well, the company should just make less money. I mean, all right, Trotsky, whatever you want to do. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But I know I live in this universe, and the companies aren't going to settle on making less money. So this is what we got to live with. So you try to work your deals, you try to work any trade-in offers, and get it for the best price you can. And I still do believe that by mid-year, this is a phone that you're going to be able to get for $500, $600. And when that's the case, boy, is that something that you're really going to want to love. Build, I'm going to go talk about build quality, design, and the hinge first. Because if you're a Razr 2026 buyer, I think you're less concerned about the specs under the hood and more concerned about how it acts and feels and everything else, because I think that's the core of the buyer. And I'll tell you what, 3.6-inch external display, smaller than the 4 inches you get on the Razr Ultra and even the Razr Plus that takes up the whole thing. But I don't mind it. I've used both side by side. We're going to talk more about that kind of comparison in a moment. But I like the fact that the colorway kind of comes around the front. You get the texture. This is the violet something, kind of like a beigey blush pinkish one, but it's really nice, frame matched, all the rest. It's got kind of a wave texture to it, which catches the light nicely. They have a green one that's a phenomenal green again this year. I love Spring Bud last year, but kind of that deep emerald green is gorgeous. They have a white one that has kind of a spec pattern to it. If you notice, there are 4 color variants on the base Razr. There are 2 on the Ultra and 1 on the Plus. Why? Because when you see the Swarovski one and all these special edition ones, is this one. Because this one is the status symbol. This one is the lifestyle one that they want in the most pockets. Because it's the most affordable. It does what you want it to do as a clamshell foldable. It doesn't ask too much of itself. It doesn't try to pretend to be something it's not. And this is the phone that I think that most people who want something that's a little different, that's a little cool, will want in their pocket. So colorways, I think gorgeous. Build, hinge, solid. Again, this year, really solid. No problems with this hinge whatsoever. Up and down. IP48 rating. Again, this year, is it the best you could get on a foldable? No, but it's still, I think for the purposes, going to be fine. Premium materials all around. You're not going to complain about that. Okay, so let's talk under the hood. MediaTek Dimensity 7450X chipset. 4 nanometer chip with 8 gigs of RAM. I'll tell you what, look, I understand you could benchmark this thing all you want, and it's not going to compare to phones that you could get that are slabs that are $800. And I get that, granted. But I will say this, I just literally came from using the Razr Ultra, all right? And when you use the Razr Ultra, and then I go to this, for what I use a clamshell foldable for, I didn't notice a huge drop-off in performance. Is it a touch slower? Yes. But let me tell you something. Instagram, Slack, WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, all Threads, all these apps worked just fine and just as well as they did on the $1,500 Razr Ultra. So understand and be honest with yourself. Enthusiasts can sit there and jump up and down all they want about how, oh man, the specs on this, fine. But people who are buying clamshell foldables are not, I've said this a million times, they're not playing AAA mobile games all day on high settings. They're not sitting there editing 4K video and sitting there in Adobe Lightroom and editing their photos. This is what they're doing. Social media, communication, email, all of it's Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you want to do. And you can then again do that on the outer display. No problems. You even have those little built-in games that you can have here that you can have fun with. You could do your scroll on here. Continuity on the software works great. You're kind of going back and forth. No issues there. A lot of customization features now on Android 16 on Hello UI for the front display. So all the things that you're going to want to do. Phenomenal battery life again. 4,800 milliamp hour battery. Battery life is important for people who are buying this on for casual users. And I'm not trying to be insulting, okay? I'm an enthusiast. I do this for a living. I literally write about tech all day for a living. And I love this thing. Because if you like phones, if you like a fun device in your pocket, there's not a lot not to love here. 6.9-inch internal display, a tenth smaller than the one you get on the Ultra, but you're really not going to feel that. And then again, the 3.6 external display that I talked about. Dual 50 megapixel sensors, okay? They got that Pantone stuff. I like them. I think that the photos are good. Maybe I'll throw in a couple shots. I think they're saturated. I think they're nice. I think Motorola, again, knows their customer and who is going to be buying this phone. And when you go in and you start taking photos with this, you'll see that saturated, poppy, fun photos are what is considered social media ready. And if you're buying a Razr, chances are you're style conscious, you like having fun, you're on social media, you're on Instagram, you want it to take good photos. So while the top end specs, the stuff that enthusiasts will look at, chipset, RAM, storage, 256, down the line, okay? What Motorola said was, hold on now. The people who are buying this for the style, for the fun, for the rest, what's going to matter? Battery life, okay? Because that's a front end thing. Displays, because that's a front end thing. You're going to notice that 100% of the time you're using the phone. Hinge, build quality's got to feel premium, colors, and camera. So the things that Motorola knew it had to do to appease its customer and make this phone worth it, they did. So, everybody can cry about whatever they want. Oh, it's the same one as last year. Yeah, so fine, get that one. I'd still be carrying around my Spring Bud one. That's gorgeous. I think you're not going to see, this is why, Samsung releases the same colors every year. Pixel, there's the same set of colors every year. I think Motorola is going to change up the colors every year because they know it's going to be less about whether you have one from 2026 or 2025 or all the rest of it. And it's just one you like, one that speaks to you, whether it's the texture or the color or whatever else it happens to be. These are fun phones. They are a delight to hold. And I don't care whether it has a Snapdragon 8 Elite, a Dimensity 7450X, or anything else in here. As long as I could do the things that I want to do in a clamshell foldable, which is not that intensive, I'm going to be able to do here. So I get it. Get it on a sale if you're that averse to the price. If the price increase annoys you that much, fine, I get it. Right? Things are expensive. Who needs to spend more money? I don't. Get it on a sale because this is the one that you're going to find on that carrier discount or that trade-in deal or whatever it is that at some point in the next calendar year, you're going to be looking at this for $500 or $600. And man, this is the most fun you can have in your pocket with a smartphone for that kind of money. It's just, I always thought that the clamshell foldables always spoke to me because you don't have to teach somebody or reteach somebody how to use it. I love the Motorola Razr Fold. My favorite foldable, favorite book style foldable, phenomenal. Love what Motorola's done with the multitasking, the hardware, the screen, all the rest of it. Love it, okay? But it's $1,900 and you gotta kind of retrain people how to use their phones. Nothing here. This is still under what people are now used to paying for a smartphone, okay? So still sub $1,000. Not saying that's right, but that's the way it is. And it's a smartphone. You open it up, and it's the same 6.9-inch display experience they've had for the last 15 years. I mean, not that big, obviously, but the same slab smartphone experience. But when you're done, you could do this, and there's the cover display and all the other added features. If there is a bit of foldable that has made sense, to me, it has been the clamshell foldable. And Motorola still does it best, especially with this. So if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me tell you something. Thanks, everybody. Couple different things. Number one, I'm sure you noticed I've been doing more videos. And the response coming back has been phenomenal. I appreciate all of you sticking with me. We do have the new podcast that a lot of you have gone over there as well and started listening to that. So I really do appreciate the support that you've given me for years now and continue to do. And AA as well. You know, everyone's reading those articles, which is quite nice. Doing more over there in the coming weeks. Android Authority. So just thank you for everything. And we'll be speaking again in a couple days. You know, we're doing more videos. We're having fun with these things. We're going to do fold stuff. We got G-Stylus stuff coming up. Really nice, by the way. G-Stylus, I know, another one with the price. $500, I understand, a lot of money. But if you get some buds or something else, Moto tags, I don't know what it is. But the stylus experience is better than the S26 Ultra. Anyway, until next time, have that delicious.